Well, hello, my sweeties. This is Candy Girl with a long overdue cooking or baking, whatever, with Candy Girl video. I haven't done any cooking and baking video in a while, so it's time to get that started. So I'm doing this low carb keto diet, and as you all know, or those of you don't know, you gotta have very low carbs, and it's really, really difficult to find low carb bread. And I miss my bread. I mean, I miss a lot of my carbs, but I'm doing it. I've been doing this for exactly a month now. So, I haven't lost a tremendous amount of weight yet. Like a lot of people usually lose 10 to 15, some even 20 pounds in a month. And I started on April 15th. It is now May 15th. It's also my dad's birthday. So happy birthday, Dad. I'm sure he would be proud of me. He could see the dedication I'm doing to this, trying to lose some pounds. I'm not trying to get like skinny. I just need to lose some weight. And it's also good for my diabetes to have lower blood sugars and more control of my blood sugars and stuff. So, I'm staying under 20 milligrams of carbs a day. But I miss my bread. And there is a couple of companies that do make low carb bread. But in the meantime, I'm trying this low, and I'm going to be ordering a couple of those breads. It's going to be expensive. To me, I'm thinking the keto diet is expensive. But in the meantime, I'm going to try this low carb recipe that I'm seeing all over the internet. It is called cloud bread, okay? And it kind of looks like little flat clouds. It's light and airy. It's pretty much just only 3 ingredients minus the little seasonings. It is basically eggs, cream cheese, and cream of tartar or baking soda, whatever. So for this recipe, it's going to be, I'm going to put 3 eggs. You got to separate the eggs very well. The whites from the yolks separate. You can't get any yellow at all into the egg whites, because then you have to mix it with a hand mixer and you have to whip it up till it's like whipped cream, like cloudy peaks of whipped cream, like that. And then separate the eggs. So basically, I've got everything kind of ready here. I've got my bowl here. My eggs are separated. Let me show you this now. These are my egg whites, which I had a very hard time separating because I messed up a couple eggs. Good thing I had 18 eggs. Okay. I don't know if you could see this here, but we have the egg yolks right here. Can y'all see that? 3 egg yolks. One is kind of broken because whatever. Got my mixer. So basically, and then, what is it? 3 tablespoons of soft cream cheese. You have to let it sit out to soften it a little, but I sped it up by putting it in the microwave for a few seconds. So that's the soft cream cheese. And the cream cheese I'm using is a brand I'm not really familiar with, but Dutch Farms. I usually use Philadelphia, but I got something that was affordable. You all see that? Okay. And the nutritional information on this is less than 1 gram of sugar, 2 grams of protein, only one carb, and that's for 2 tablespoons, by the way. So 2 tablespoons of the cream cheese is 1 gram. So we got 3 tablespoons here. So that's 3 grams of carbs in the cream cheese, and total fat 9 grams. Okay, so that is the nutritional information there. I'll show it to you. This is actually the lowest carb as far as the cream cheese is. Make sure you check the packaging for the carb count on your everything, pretty much. Because the Philadelphia cream cheese actually had about 2 grams of carbs. So I got this. It was actually a little cheaper. And as I said, 1 gram of carb per 2 tablespoons. So we have 3 tablespoons here of cream cheese. Okay. So let's see here. What are we going to do? First, we're going to mix these. I'll take my glasses off for a second. Okay, so we're going to put the softened cream cheese, 3 tablespoons of softened cream cheese, into the egg mixture. And I have borrowed my boyfriend's hand mixer here. I don't have one because I don't really bake like that. So we're just going to put that into the 3 egg yolks, separated egg you gotta have a nice big bowl because you gotta mix all of this later. And I have the oven, preheat the oven at 300 degrees. So we're gonna bake it for different videos say different things, 15 minutes, half an hour. I guess you just check your bread, but in general, 300 degrees, and I have a flat baking sheet with some parchment paper on it, and then I'm gonna spray a little cooking spray on the parchment paper. So there we have that. And then you could put some seasoning, because the cloud bread is pretty plain if you don't season it. So I'm going to put a little bit of salt. I said a little bit, but yeah. Some onion powder. And some lemon pepper. I'm not kidding. I love my lemon pepper, but I won't put it in this. And some black pepper. Okay. Wait, did I just put onion? Okay, it is onion. I just wanted to make sure. Alright, so I'm now going to use the hand mixer to do this thing. You guys see? Okay, here we go. This is very... Okay. I have never used a hand mixer in my life. Just whip it up. And this is the lowest setting, okay? This is the lowest setting. Look at that. It looks like cake batter now. It's just cream cheese and egg. That's it. I'll do it a little bit more. Okay, there we go. We have our, let's take a look at it. I guess nice and creamy. Looks like there's some on the side. Nice and smooth. It looks good, but you know, since it is raw egg, I am not going to taste it. Now, some recipes called for 5 eggs. Some called, most of them said 3. And it, you know, I don't know if it has an eggy taste to it. They say supposedly not. A little bit more. Turn it up higher. Now, if my boyfriend did not have a hand mixer, I wouldn't be making this. But I want to have a little bread. And they call it bread because it looks like little, like flat breads. There's no flour in it. It's just a little baking powder. Okay. So there we go with the eggs. Now, hold on. I'm going to come back. I'm going to wash these little things because you can't get any of that mixture into the egg whites. And we're going to do egg whites next. Stay tuned. And we're back. So now that we have our egg yolks done and whipped, we have got now clean whisk on the hand mixer. And so now we have to add the baking powder, or they say cream of tartar, either or. They both work good. And I got the Argo double acting baking powder. So you're only putting a half a teaspoon of this. Here's my teaspoon, and this has no carbs, no protein, some salt, and no fat. So we're doing a half a teaspoon of this stuff into this 3 egg whites. So let's get this going. Gotta get this right. So half a teaspoon should be that right there. That's going right into there. And now we're going to hope this works out. Good. You gotta get some really stiff peaks in here, so. This will take some time. second, guys. All right, here we go. Back again. This I have never done. I'm getting somewhere. Look at that. That is so cool. Gotta get it nice and stiff. More than that. It's not getting fluffier than that. I think that's the best we're gonna do. So I guess that is the fluffiest we're going to get for this recipe. So we'll just get rid of that right now. And so now the last part of this recipe, we have to gently fold this into that. So I've got my spatula thingy here. You gotta be real careful with this. You don't want to break the peaks up and then they start falling. So we're gonna fold this into that. Okay, pouring it all in. I've never folded before, but here we go. She said to cut and fold. I've been watching so many videos about how to do this correctly. Fold. Cut and fold. Cut and fold. You don't just stir it vigorously. You don't use the hand mixer again. You have to do this. He said the better way, the better you do it, will get better cloud bread. So this is my first time doing this, guys. So I'm nervous as hell. I'm nervous as hell because I don't know how this is going to turn out. I don't want it to be eggy. I'm nervous. I'm tempted because I've made boxed cakes before, and I'm tempted to just, you know, when I bake, I just stir vigorously because I didn't have my boyfriend's hand mixer. So I'm tempted to just like freaking stir it or just put the hand mixer in it. But this does not call for that because it's supposed to be light, airy, and fluffy. So this is what I'm doing. Cream cheese, egg whites, and baking powder, guys. And we're making a quote-unquote bread. It does look good. I've seen, from the videos I've seen. So hopefully this will be good. And so as I said, this will be in a 300-degree oven for 15, I would say 15 minutes to half an hour, according to different experiences that other people have had. So yeah, and I guess this would make, they say around 6, but I'm gonna probably put 3 or 4 because I don't have a square baking sheet. I have a round one. So yeah, so and I'll let you guys know how it comes out. I'm planning on making an egg sandwich with it, a BLT. You know, it is made out of eggs, but you know, eggs are good for this diet, so gotta get those fats in. Stay tuned, guys. Okay, so it looks like we're done. It didn't fall flat. And now we're just gonna put, so here's my, see, I have a round, it's actually a pizza pan, but that's all I have. And I cut some parchment paper, which is supposed to be really good. You could just put it directly on the pan, but the parchment paper helps to prevent it from sticking. And then they also say use some, a little bit of cooking spray. This is Smart Balance Butter Cooking Spray. This is pretty decent for the diet. No carbs in it. No fat, but that's okay because, you know, we're only using a little bit here. So just spraying that on. Okay. And now we're going to use a spoon for this now. Summer, don't do that. She's curious. I put the hand mixer down on the chair, one of her chairs that she sits on, and she's curious about it. So we're just going to put some spoonfuls here. I'm going to try to get 4 in for this batch. I'm not good at getting perfect circles. I want them to be even because this is bread, so you want it to have at least some roundness. I mean, you can't have any squares because, you know, this is how it is. So what we're going to do here is, you're supposed to kind of like do like a little, like circle it like that. There we go. I would like them to be nice and big. And some of these, maybe this one over here might spread out and a tad. I don't think it really spreads out too much. There we go. They look like pancakes. It looks like a pancake mix. So let's try to get a little peek there. Alrighty there. Okay, so far this is what we have. So I will show you guys when it is finished. There's a certain way you have to store it because a lot of times these low carb stuff has no additives and stuff like that. I don't think you can necessarily freeze it, but you have to package it in like a plastic wrap. Let it cool. I have to let it cool completely first before I taste it or anything like that. Let it completely cool on a cooling rack or however you cool off your baked goods. I'll show you. Stay tuned, guys. All right, everybody. The cloud bread is done. Now, I did tell you guys 15 minutes, 300 degrees in 15 minutes. 300 degrees is fine. 15 minutes was not going to work out. I guess it all depends on your particular oven. So, like, as I said, different videos call for 15 minutes, 20 minutes. One video said 45 minutes. I was leaning more towards the 40-minute mark. I think I had it in for 35 minutes. I did 2 batches each. You see, they are definitely misshapen, whatever. Certainly doesn't look like bread, but they are super lightweight. I guess why they call it cloud bread. I have not tasted it yet. They were cooling racks. Now, so I have the small one here. I'm going to try it. I am scared, but I'm going to try it. So let's see the inside of it. So there's the bottom. It kind of looks like breadish. Now remember, this is just cream cheese, eggs, and baking powder with some little seasoning. So there we go. Let us try the cloud bread. Wow, it is super lightweight. It pretty much tastes like nothing. I do taste a little bit. A good thing I did put the salt in it because different people have said that they it tastes like nothing. It still tastes like nothing. So I added a little bit of the onion powder, the salt, and the lemon pepper. I don't remember what else, but anyway, it's okay. It's super airy, super light, and it doesn't taste eggy to me. Maybe like a tiny hint of egginess, but all in all, see, it's spongy, and it's a little greasy because I put cooking spray on it. All in all, I'm happy with it. I've had something similar to this before, but it was actually bread. So, yeah, to me, it kind of reminds me of like the texture of the lightness is like angel food cake to me. So, I dig it. At least I can have I don't know how it'll fall apart, you know, but apparently people have made like BLTs with it, sandwiches. They even did burgers with it. It's so light. I don't know how it's gonna hold up to that, but you know, I'm happy with it for now. It doesn't taste like cream cheese at all. Interesting meal. I don't know who came up with this, but it's all over YouTube. You guys want to check it out? Maybe I'll leave a couple of links down below so you guys can see how other people have done theirs. As I said, you can use cream of tartar or baking powder and just a half a teaspoon. So once again, the recipe is 3 tablespoons of softened cream cheese, 3 eggs separated. I use 3. 3 is better. I think if you use more eggs, it would definitely be very eggy, because a lot of people said they've had eggy ones, and this one is not. So you got to separate the whites from the yolk, 2 separate bowls. Half a teaspoon of baking powder or cream of tartar, and then some seasonings if you want to do that. 300 degrees for anywhere from 15 to 45 minutes. Just keep an eye on it. Good to go. So as I said, I'll leave some links down below so you guys can get some other ideas if you like. And yeah, this is what you call low carb, quote unquote, bread. And I'm going to try it with something. I'm not sure. But I'm going to try it with something. And this will be temporary until I actually get real low carb bread. There's a company I'm hearing about called the Low Carb Baking Company, or Low Carb Bread Company, something like that. I'm not sure. But I'm going to order real, actual low carb bread that is actually bread. But I think it's made with almond flour or maybe coconut flour. I'm not sure. But this is okay for now. You know, I wouldn't say it's the greatest thing, but it'll do. All right, everybody. Take care. Stay sweet. And if you want to go and make some cloud bread, go ahead and do it. Let me know how yours turns out. Bye. Hey, guys. One more thing. I forgot to mention to you guys about how to store this cloud bread. You can't keep it around that long, okay, because you know what the ingredients are. It's not recommended to freeze it because who knows what the texture is going to happen to it when you store it away. They say to put it in an airtight plastic bag and separate it with like parchment paper or wax paper or something so they don't stick together, because I'm assuming because of the what it's made of, it can stick together. So make sure you completely let it cool. And it did cool pretty fast, I guess, being the fact that it's so airy and light. I have it on cooling racks here. So I don't have a plastic bag to put it in. So I'm going to put parchment paper in the bottom of this plastic. Hold on. Okay, zoom out. Anyway, in the bottom of this plastic container. So I'm just going to like stack them in there with a piece of wax paper in between each one. I don't think all 8 of them are going to fit in here, but I'm just going to do that. And keep them in the fridge, I guess, 3 to 4 days, you know, so. And, yeah, but you guys use the plastic sealed bag. And supposedly they get better the longer they're, I don't know, sitting around or whatever. They said to let them cool off. I don't know. They taste better. Maybe they won't taste as eggy. They're slightly eggy, but not that bad. That's why I'm glad I saw the video where it says only 3 eggs as opposed to the original video that said 5. And I'm thinking, and I already screwed up a couple of eggs just trying to separate them. So you guys, if you're better at separating your eggs, good for you, because I had a really hard time. All right, that's it. Take care. Stay sweet. Bye.